Welcome back to the Adventure with Advantage podcast. My name is Cody, and I play Elomir on the show. Thank you for your support. We hope you enjoy listening as much as we enjoy playing.
Again, everyone, thank you for joining us. We can just dive right in. So previously, the party made their way to the coastal city of Sailport for two reasons. One, follow up on a lead for the Goblin Gazette. Groggard claimed that he had heard rumors about an illegal exotic creature trade taking place in Sailport. Creatures from Rivonia were being transported there, is what the rumor he had heard. And two, to see if the party could procure a set of magical devices from an artificer that would allow them to communicate over a short distance. They met with the artificer. His name was Hector. They learned that in order for him to create the devices they sought, he needed a new focus, a hag's eye. He pointed them in the direction of a coven of hags where they could find one. Then they began looking for information on the creature trade. They tried snooping around the docks, but came up empty-handed. Steelscar then came up with the idea that they could act like desperate workers just looking for a job. So they then head to the Scallywag's Den, a seedy tavern, and soon found a man who offered them a job, but they had to prove themselves first. They would have to hunt down a dragon who had taken up roost nearby and was causing some issues for the town. They would also need to gather some items from the carcass of the creature once they'd been killed. And they also learned that the people who were hiring them was a hunting lodge that went by the name of the Blacktail Lodge. And the party had 1 week to bring back the items. So they began their preparations with Elomir and Casimir made their way toward the dragon's lair to scout the area, while Levy and Steelscar tried finding some information on dragons that may aid in their hunt. They made their way to a bookstore and found some books on dragons, and Steelscar also picked up a book on celestials. They read through the books and found some helpful information in the upcoming fight. Meanwhile, Elomir and Casimir scouted the area around the dragon's den, or what they assumed to be the dragon's den, and soon found that once they believed they had found the entrance, they walked along the beach, but they were soon attacked by a group of creatures that emerged from the water. They quickly dispatched them while Casimir's giant wasp inspected the cave. Fearing they may alert the dragon to their presence, they decided to stop exploring and head back to Sailport with the information they had found. And I believe that is where we left off with basically Steelscar and Levy were just spending the night reading their books, while Casimir and Elomir made their way back to Sailport. So going back and doing some thinking, I realized that Casimir and Elomir actually were in the future of what was taking place, because it took them a half day to get to the lair. And then, sorry, 1 second. My background music is a little too loud. So yeah, it took them a half day to get to the lair. So they spent the night there, and then the next day they began their inspections, and then they head back to Sailport. So basically, Levy and Steelscar, you guys basically had a day. Did you have anything you wanted to do on that day?
Isn't that's not the day where we just read stuff, was it?
I thought that was the day that we read stuff.
Yeah.
No, that was part of. So Elomir and Casimir left probably around noon.
And that's when we were reading that same day.
Got it. And then the next day,
they got there. They camped.
That's when we dealt with.
Yeah, they camped for the night.
Sea creatures or whatever
and
they
they
were.
fought the sea creatures the next day. Now they're heading back to Sailport. So they are arriving the following night after you guys read. So you guys had a whole day. Was there anything else you were wanting to do during that day?
You caught me off guard with that one.
I tried to warn you guys. I put it in the Discord. Maybe I guess it wasn't clear enough.
Yeah, it didn't make sense to me, but now it does make sense. I would probably say, no, I don't really have anything.
Well, I do believe your sword is ready on this day.
Yeah, on this, after this whole day that's in the future, then it's the next day.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
I don't really have anything that I was planning on doing today. I think I was going to set. I think. Well, I mean, the idea was to wait until Steelscar's sword is ready and then head out. So I figure as soon as his sword is ready, then we would head out to go meet up with Casimir and Elomir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was our initial plan. But if we have a free day, I would say that I would probably spend that day walking around the Tide's Edge and the dogs, just to keep an eye out, because we are still trying to report on this whole giant monster fiasco. So I would have probably spent my day just scouting, since we don't have our master scout here, just keeping an eye out. I'm not the best at it, but I would have given it a try. Mm-hmm. So if you want me to make some rolls for that day, I can.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just going to read because I want to make sure.
When is his sword going to be ready?
That's exactly what I was looking at because I put it all there. So is the day that he made the order.
Yes.
And the day, so basically, just for simplicity's sake, we're going to say he made the order around noon on that first day. 24 hours after that, you guys were basically at the Scallywag's den.
Talking before anything else.
To the guy. So then 24 hours after that, or actually you met the guy early in the morning. So that's 48 hours. It's been 24 hours at Scallywag's Den, 48 hours to the point that
Elomir got the contract.
Elomir and Casimir left because you guys did a little bit. You met with the guy, did a little bit of shopping, and they head out. So it's 24, 48. So you got another 48 hours to go.
Yeah.
Then you guys. So actually, it will be done at like 12 o'clock on the day that. So basically, Casimir and Elomir are going to arrive at night. The following day at noon, his sword should be ready.
Yeah, so that day where they're coming back, since you said we have a free day, that's when I would be doing the whole checking out the Tide's Edge and the dogs, just to see if I somehow managed to see anything. I doubt it, but it never hurts to just try.
You know what? Go ahead, Elomir or Levy. Are you going to help him, or what are you doing?
I would have told Levy about
this. Yeah, I'll help him.
Okay, so I will just say, one of you can roll with advantage. Or no, let's just have both of you roll. Both of you roll.
All right.
Just once. Have you each roll just once.
What are we rolling?
I'm sorry. Roll a perception check. See if you see anything. You guys are kind of hanging around the docks.
23.
Keeping out. 23.
19.
19. Wow, both of you rolled pretty well. Okay. Yeah, you guys are keep an eye out, just kind of like hanging around the docks. You're seeing some ships coming in. You see, looks like ships bringing in their shipments. You're seeing like spices. You're seeing lots of livestock. You see like chickens being brought in, lots of chickens. And pigs and stuff like that. Nothing stands out to you because part of the problem is you don't necessarily know what you're looking for. You're just looking for something out of the ordinary. So you're not seeing anything terribly out of the ordinary.
Is it an excessive amount of chickens?
It looks like it was certainly they came bearing a lot of chickens. You imagine though it is a large town. Not a terrible.
But is it like, wow, damn, what are they taking these chickens for? Because there's so many chickens that they're probably using these chickens to feed monsters.
I would say it's not an absorbent amount, but like you see some people walking by with like, chickens in a cage, like maybe 2 carts worth of chickens.
Okay. I think that's fine for then.
Okay. All right. So you guys just spend the day, keep an eye out at the docks to see if you see anything. Nothing, like I said, nothing odd or stands out is out of the ordinary.
Part of my while I'm watching, I also wanna learn and pick up kind of like what these sailors are actually doing, so I can like learn how to become a better sailor if I ever choose to disguise myself.
Make an intelligence check. Yeah, just roll and add
I'm not helping. I am not helping him.
That's fine.
Roll just to add my intelligence modifier.
Yeah.
14.
14. Okay. I'd say you feel like you pick up. Actually, I'm going to give you an option. Okay. You can either roll intelligence and actually learn something, or I would let you use charisma. But anytime you make a check to be sailing, you'd be deceiving. It's basically, do you want to actually learn it, or do you want to be able to look like you know what you're doing?
Well, I mean, fake it until you make it. So I'd rather be faking it.
Okay, so then take your roll and add your charisma.
Oh, okay. Charisma modifier?
Yeah.
That'd be 18.
18. Okay. All right. So you watch these guys. You're more paying attention to like the things that they're doing, not how they are doing those things. Like you're seeing people walk over when they're coming into the slip here with their ship. You're seeing them throwing the ropes off, and they're everyone's busy working. So you think you could probably pass yourself off as someone who knows what they're doing, not necessarily actually know what you're doing, but you could fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cool.
I'd say you were successful in that.
Wonderful. I'm gonna record this as I know how to bluff as a sailor.
All right.
Cool. Wonderful.
Right. Is there anything else you guys want to do that day, or just rest up and wait for them? The sword, actually, you're not necessarily waiting for them.
Just gonna chill.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I would probably just chill around town, not doing much after that.
Okay. So you guys rest for the day, sleep, wake up the next, or actually that night, Elomir and Casimir, you guys traveling back from what you assume to be the
Wait, Dungeon Master. Before anything, before they left, we had rented 2 rooms, correct?
Yes.
So, because if I remember correctly, Levy and I were sharing a room.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be like, Levy, since these guys are gone, I guess we each have our own room now.
Yeah.
Why let the money go to waste?
Yeah. Fine by me.
Okay.
I'll see you in the morning, Steel Scar.
Saving that money. All right. So you guys, okay, yeah. So yeah, you guys do that. So the next day.
During that night, I want to spend a little bit of time before I go and pass out. Since I read in the book about dragons that they are quite vain and they find insults extremely offensive, I want to spend some time thinking of good insults for this dragon.
Okay. I'm not necessarily.
I'm saying that I've already created a list of insults for this dragon.
Okay, that's cool. Okay, I was gonna say I'm not gonna have you roll anything because you got to come up with those on your own.
Yeah,
right, so
I know.
You spend the night just coming up with some good insults. All right. So yeah, that was that first night. Skip forward. You guys do your stuff on the docks that night. Elomir and Levy, Elomir and Casimir, you guys make your way back into town. Arrive back into Sailport after traveling that day. The familiar sights and sounds, the ocean, you can hear the people at the docks shouting and the bells ringing of the ships moving out to sea. Assuming you guys make your way to where you guys are staying.
Yeah, and I had at this point, traveling back, I know Casimir had said he was grilling me on Elvish language, so...
Yep. I continue to learn as much Elvish from him as I can as we're traveling.
My patience has grown thin on the 12-hour horse ride, and
go ahead and make an intelligence check, Casimir.
Uh, 17.
17. Okay. You feel like you learned a few words that are definitely useful, and you think you get them down, and helps you out a lot in your understanding of the Elven language.
Cool. Yay. I'm going to continue to push until I reach that Adept Linguist. What is it? Its target is enough to communicate on a rudimentary level.
Okay.
And hopefully I reach that level before Elomir kills me.
Yeah, so
All right.
as soon as we get back, I'm like, oh, thank God, I'm done with that. And then I tell Casimir we should report back and figure out what the new plan is, because they're going to be shocked to see us back here.
Mm-hmm. I send the wasp to camp out on the roof of the building, since I doubt they're going to react as understandingly as they did with the cat.
Okay. The wasp just chills on top of the building. I like to imagine that Elomir's just kind of like riding his horse a little quicker, and Casimir's trying to catch up.
Calling out bits in random fragments in Elvish.
There it is. What? I didn't hear you.
How do you say cat?
How do I say how much for another beer?
All right, so yeah, you guys trot into town. Make your way to Fortune and Flagons, where you guys are staying. Make your way in, say hi to the barkeep as you guys enter in. Make your way to your rooms. You find Steel Scar and Levy. Steel Scar's hanging out in you guys' room as you guys arrive. So, yeah.
As soon as I noticed them coming, I looked at them confused, and I'm like, what are you guys doing here?
He's just chilling naked on your bed.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
What is he doing?
I thought this was our room.
Yeah, I would return the question.
Here?
What are you doing here?
Where the hell are your clothes?
Whose bed is he on, mine or Casimir's?
I don't
Oh,
know
God.
whose bed are you on, Steel Scar?
What was that?
Whose bed are you chilling
bed are
on?
you on?
Are you on my bed or Casimir's?
I'll be on the right bed, whoever's that belongs to.
Which one was
We never
farthest from
established.
the
Just
door?
pick one of us.
He's avoiding. Pick someone's bed.
I'm on Casimir's bed.
Okay. All right. What do you wear?
I
Are
with a relief and say, "Oh, thank God," and lay down.
Are you just sitting in your armor? Or are you...
Well, I'm going to bed, so I'm armorless and basically with whatever the equivalent of underwear is.
All right. Just chilling in his...
Point at him. Up. Out. Now.
Yeah, so if you want to go get Levy, we can recap. I know it's a shock to see us back.
I feel like he's not hearing you guys. Hey,
No, I
hear? Okay, good.
Yeah. No, because it's like Steel Scar's more like, what are you guys doing here? Aren't you guys supposed to be scouting up ahead, getting everything set up, so for when me and Levy arrive, we can just get ready to go in?
Yeah. As scouts, we found the dragon, but we didn't want to find more of him yet, so we came back to get you guys.
I mean, the only reason I'm enjoying this room is because we weren't gonna let the money go to waste.
Yeah, that's fine. You're not on my bed, so I don't care.
I would say it'd be more appropriate for one of you two to go fetch Levy, since I'm not dressed to step out this room right now.
Okay. Fine. I get up from the bed, saying words in Elvish that Casimir hasn't learned yet, and I go knock on Levy's door.
I don't answer.
You're telling me you left me unprepared for the primary words?
Levy does not answer as you knock on the door.
I'll just knock 2
another
times
lady.
and be like, "Hey, it's Elomir. We found a dragon."
You just hear, the fuck? Very softly from the other side of the door.
Just come to our room whenever you're decent.
3 minutes later, I step outside.
Okay.
So I'm sitting on my bed.
I'm donning a bathrobe right now, and it's glorious in like a lush crimson color,
Nice.
and I have matching slippers, of course.
Nice.
Oh gosh, nice.
I look around our room to see if that was provided by the inn.
No, I bring these.
Realizing
This is my own.
it's not. Okay, so you're probably wondering why we're back. This wasn't the plan.
Yeah, and do you know how time it is?
No. What is time?
Dark time. That's what it is.
Dark time. All right. So long story short, we found the dragon, but we found some other things as well. We had to battle some creatures that kind of popped out of the lake. So,
the ocean. Popped out of the ocean.
Oh, they popped out of the ocean. I thought there was a lake.
There was a lake, but you were on the coast. You were on the ocean.
Do these guys look like banged up or anything?
I do think Casimir got quite a few hits in, but I imagine that he healed up.
Yeah.
I got hit some.
Oh, yeah, I would have healed it this time, but I was brought almost to half health.
Yeah, they look like
they got hit about for, a third of his health?
Yep.
Looks like they got in a little bit of scuffle.
So rather than just sit there and wait for whatever else might show up that's not a dragon, we figured we'd just go as a team because now we can lead you straight to it.
Okay, well, we learned some stuff about the dragons, or I guess dragons in general.
But I have a feeling this info might be useful for when we go and face our little dragon friend tomorrow or within a week's time. Well, we have less than a week now, don't we?
Yes, it has been 2 days, I think, since you guys got the contract.
Within 5 days' time. Levy, if you want to share that info with them, since you're the more knowledgeable one, I would not say no to that.
Rub both my temples, just go, all right. We could do this now, or we can do this tomorrow, because we have a long journey ahead of us, probably. And if we really want to do this right now, we can. But I would personally prefer to go get my beauty rest.
You got a big fight tomorrow. You gotta look good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's fine. We can discuss on the ride. Without hasting, it's only a half a day, so I think that's fair. Just wanted to explain why we're back and how the plan has changed a little bit. So
since Steel Scar is already in this room, Casimir, do you want to come switch over and sleep in ours? His bed's clean and freshly made, hasn't been laid in. Room service came.
That is a fantastic idea. Thank you very much.
Come on.
I very promptly move my equipment over.
All right.
Which I guess, so I just drag my saddlebag over.
There you go.
Right. Sorry about that, bud.
Just sigh him in exasperation.
As we're walking to our room, Casimir, I hope you don't mind, I sleep naked.
just rubbing my temple.
I actually do not know who has not slept in the same room together, because I think you guys always end up getting 2 rooms, and I've not kept track of who has slept with who.
I've roomed with Levy before. I've roomed with Elomir before. I don't think I've ever roomed with Steel Scar.
Okay. Look at you, he remembers. So you're aware of this then, man.
Yeah. I am very open and tell people, anyone that I room with, just reminding them. You might see something. You might not.
I just remind Levy, for the love of God, just don't sleepwalk.
Don't worry, Flumpy should stop me. Hopefully.
The poor floating thing.
Yeah.
So while they're over there talking, I want to ask Elomir. I want to ask him. So, on your way there, was the road clear? I mean, you mentioned you guys fought some creatures, but what about the actual ride over there? Was that clear?
Yeah, getting there's no problem. It was the lair, the den is right by the coast, and we had some sea creatures come and say hi, and we weren't really paying attention to them when they came about. We were looking up this giant cliff trying to figure out if that's where the dragon was.
All right. Well, I mean, that's good to know. I'm just hoping that tomorrow's ride will also be as smooth. And I mean, if we do get ambushed this time by some sea creatures, there'll be more of us there to take them out.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, look at you. You got a big ass gash on your side. They must have gotten you clean.
Yeah. Especially me. I don't normally get too close to the action, but I guess it was meant to happen eventually.
Well, then, I mean, tomorrow, all I got to do is pick up my sword. We should be good to go.
Yep. And I go to bed with that.
And I go to bed with that as well.
All right. that's it. You guys all go to sleep unless anyone had anything else they wanted to do.
I'm already asleep.
Yeah.
Okay. It's already passed out.
Yeah, I fill out information in the journal to update Goblin Gazette, and that's it. And then I go to bed.
Okay. All right. So you guys all rest up. I don't think you guys are going anywhere till the sword's done. So wake up the next
Unless I can
morning.
get a carriage or a wagon.
They've actually been just outlawed in this town.
No one can drive.
Get
Get us a ship instead.
So you guys rest up, wake up the next morning, start your day. If you had something you wanted to do before Steel Scar's sword is done, let me know. Otherwise, we'll just assume you guys are going to wait until that point.
I wake up a little extra early to head downstairs. You know, since I'm a little excited to be getting a new sword, so I'm up a little early. Couldn't really get a full deep sleep, but I'm up early getting some breakfast. As I'm downstairs, if nobody's down there, I want to call whoever's running the show down there to my table, and I'm like, is it that same person that we talked to the first time we showed up?
Are you wanting so there's the barkeep. Yeah, I mean, it's his bar, so he is there.
So I'll go up to the barkeep and have we paid for this place yet? Or
no, I think you guys are doing it afterward. I think
because we get a deal based on how long we stay.
Yeah, Levy worked out a deal that you guys didn't know how long you were going to be here, so you could just pay before you guys left.
Okay, so I'm gonna talk to this person, and I'm gonna be like, so we're gonna head out today on something very important, and we might or might not come back alive depending on how things go. So before my friends wake up, I want to cover the tab you have on us.
It's like, well, thank you for being honest. Don't mean to be nosy, but what are you going to do that you may not come back alive?
Well, we're gonna go hunting, and it's not something that normal folk usually just go hunting. It's a huge lizard, if you catch my drift.
It does. He's just kind of like thinks from it. It's like, I've heard some stories and some going around lately. So, well, wish you the best of luck. We can settle our score. I don't remember if I actually ended up writing down how much we're going to pay.
Well, that's on you, Dungeon Master. Maybe
you can make it up now.
You can make it up now.
Actually, I might have written it down.
Yeah, I'm trying to go back through my notes real quick, see if I wrote down how much you were gonna.
Could be free.
I'd say, yeah, if we didn't write it down, I'd say.
I have no notes on it.
Okay, I'd say Levy probably could have worked out a deal for, say, maybe like 2 gold a night, and then for each of you that's 8 gold a night, and then you've been here I think you've been here for
it would be 5 days so far since
5 days here.
Because we got here 1 day, and then the sword, and then 5 days,
so 5 times 8 be so it'd be 40 gold.
And as soon as he tells me that, I'll place the 40. I'll give him the 40 gold.
Okay.
Or I'll give him, what is it, 4 platinum?
Yep.
I'll give him 4 platinum.
Ooh, look at you, fancy schmancy. All right, you slide him the platinum to pay for cover the cost of the rooms.
Yep.
And he's like, takes it and he's like, well, I wish you the best of luck. I hope to see you back.
Just a quick question. If we do come back alive, or if we make it back, can we keep extending this hospitality you have shown us?
He's like, of course. We're happy to see you back, and always happy to have returning customers, especially those going on dangerous errands.
Well, I do appreciate the business, and we should be out of your nose by around noon.
Sounds good. Best of luck.
Thank you. You have a good day, sir.
All right. He just goes back to managing some of the other patrons coming down for breakfast and stuff.
Yeah, I get some breakfast too.
Okay. All right. Everyone else makes their way down and get their breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I start bugging Levy and Steel Scar about Dorvish.
I answer him in Primordial.
I answer him in Celestial.
I recognize I'm being fucked with. I'm pretty sure those sound nothing alike. How would I okay, but oh no, I have a high enough wisdom. Okay, so with this character, I actually have a high enough wisdom where my confusion, I'd be like, wait a second.
Figure it out.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay, I try to learn the 2 separate languages without knowing what they are.
All right. Make 2 rolls intelligence checks at disadvantage.
Okay.
First one will be for primordial.
Okay, that's 10. Okay, so first one is 10 plus, so 14 for primordial with adept linguist.
Well, here's the problem. If they don't tell you what they said, you're not going to have any luck in figuring out what they said.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought they'd be answering me. I thought they were answering what I asked. But no. Oh, okay.
Absolutely not. I'm just saying random shit.
Okay. And yeah,
So
I would just.
Actually, both of you roll a deception. Both of you roll a deception real quick.
Yeah.
Deception. Am I good at that?
To see if he knows that. And then, I'll have you just make 2 wisdom.
Oof.
Okay, so I'll be rolling wisdom saves
21?
to try and.
Yeah, roll wisdom to see if you can figure out that they're screwing with you and not actually answering you. So first one's for Levy.
Okay, so that is 20 for wisdom.
Close, but you think Levy's speaking right? He's answering your question in primordial. You don't know.
I rolled a 13.
Okay, and that one's a 21.
You do know that Steel Scar is screwing with you and is not actually answering your question, but Levy, you think answered your question.
Okay. So next time I attempt to speak Dorvish, I'm going to make a complete fool of myself.
Speak primordial.
It's a heavy primordial accent.
If I try to speak Dorvish, primordial, gibberish instead. There we go.
For player knowledge, what I read to you was instructions on how to bake a cake in primordial, or what I said to you.
I know instructions to bake a cake.
Nice.
Watch that end up being relevant information.
You never know.
Meet a fire elemental who needs to bake a cake.
Just randomly pull out a language. Oh, I love cake.
Oh gosh. All right.
And for reference, what I told you in Celestia was just, "Good morning. Hope you slept well."
Okay. I will not have retained that because I'll have known you were at least telling me something in some other language, and so I wouldn't have been able to make use of it. So I don't know that you're wishing me well.
All right. So, you guys have nothing else you want to do? Steel Scar, you can make your way over to the cutlasses to get your sword.
I will make my way to the cutlasses to get my sword. Before we do head out, when we're having breakfast with the group, I'll let them know. Guys, I took care of the tab because who knows if we're coming back. I mean, we're gonna go face a dragon, and one of you guys might die.
Wonder who that'll be.
Never know. We'll see what happens.
It's the dragon.
Hopefully the dragon.
Are you guys all following Steel Scar over to get his sword?
Oh, I don't even wait for them to like.
I want to just grab some spell components before we head out. Because I have a spell that I want to use that costs 200 GP worth of diamond dust.
Interesting.
I head out as a happy kid, just running for my sword.
Can I say about that? Or
Steel Scar's going to get his sword.
I'll volunteer to kind of wrangle everybody's horses and just get us ready to go. So as soon as they have their stuff, we can leave.
0. Yeah, so I'd say, I think there was a Albright. No, that was a bookstore. I'm trying to see if there was a magic shop.
Well, the place that had enchantments I thought was applicable.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's probably the only. You're gonna have to go back to Hector's to get.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Didn't Hector's have stuff like that?
I think he's like the only magic guy really in the town.
You get to. Hector's the bomb.
You get to go visit Hector. But just for the sake of time, we'll say you can make your way over there and pick up some diamond dust.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, Casimir, what were you doing?
I'm just gonna go along to Hector's.
Okay.
I got nothing better going on.
All right. So, Steel Scar, you make your way over to the cutlasses to pick up your sword. You make your way inside. Early, you can see the sisters who own the store are just kind of like. One of them kind of has a sword and it looks like has a whetstone and sitting there sharpening it. As the other one, the one that you spoke with, I don't know if they ever actually got their names. She kind of looks up and is like, "It's like, you're back. Your sword's ready to go."
Well, can I see it? I mean, I know you guys said that this was your first time taking on a job like this, but I place my trust in all of you, and hopefully we can all leave today happy.
Yeah. So, yeah, she's like, "Of course," and she kind of heads in back and then comes out. She's kind of like holding the sword, kind of like this. And she's like, "Here is your sword." She's like, "Hector finished the enchantments on it earlier this morning. It's ready to go."
Can I inspect it?
Sure. You go ahead and pick it up. You are used to this weapon, so I'm not going to make you roll anything. You pick it up, feel the weight in your hand, kind of like, move it around. It looks pretty similar to your previous sword that you lost. It is not identical because the only thing they had to go off of was Levy's drawing, which, it's not going to have every single detail that was on that sword. You also know it's a little lighter than the sword that you had previously. You feel that to an untrained eye, they would not know a difference. But someone maybe who is used to weapons such as this may catch on that something's a little off.
So I catch that something is just a little off.
Yeah, you catch that it's a little lighter, and like not as heavy, in that there are smaller details that were on the sword, kind of like some intricate patterns that aren't there previously.
All right, but so as I pick it up, I want to turn away from them, and I just want to swing it down a few times and just see how it feels as I'm doing that.
It feels good. I feel like you could definitely do some damage with this. It'll take a little, not super long to get used to it. You're used to any weapon. You fought with all sorts of weapons, but you'll want to. This is something you paid for. You're ready to get and use it, basically.
All right.
Will actually, now that I think about this, I don't think you have to attune to +1 weapons.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
Yeah, you won't have to attune to it then.
Not by default. There's a few with special circumstances.
This one does. No, I'm joking. You're good.
So, as soon as I feel that it feels good in my hand, that it's swinging how I mostly want it to swing, I turn around and I'm like, yeah, comes pretty close to what I used to have. It swings how I want it to swing, and although it's a little on the just a slight bit lighter than what I had, I really have no complaints about it. It feels really good. I truly am impressed in the skill that all of you possess.
The sisters kind of like look at smile and like, "Well, thank you. We said this is our first time creating a sword in the style of one from Soon. My sister here luckily was able to get a hold of a book that had some notes on weapons from Soon, so it was able to help us out a little bit, but we're glad that you like it."
I mean, to an untrained eye, you could literally not tell the difference. But I spent most of my life with this style of sword, so the only difference would be just slightly on the lighter side. But other than that, it's exactly what I asked for, and I couldn't be any happier. Thank you very much.
Good to know. And she's like, well, and then the other one speaks up and is like, well, glad you like it. We do need to settle our debts. I believe you owe 50 gold still for the sword. And then do not forget to pay Hector. Not sure what your... you guys have dealt with over there, but he worked quite hard. It was with us for some of the process to get this done.
No worries. Steel Scar just feeling overjoyed. He does throw down the 50 gold, and then he's like, and I take the sword that I had in my back, and I like switch it with the new one that I got, and I'm like, well, I'll be honest, I have no use for this sword anymore that I currently carry. And I know you ladies sell weapons, so anything we can do about this one? And I'll place it on their on their table, and like if you have no use for it, maybe I can use it when I go to Hector's.
The sister that you've mainly done most of the talking with grabs it, kind of like looks it over, kind of holds it up, feels it. It is a +1 greatsword, right?
It is a +1 greatsword as well.
Okay. She's like, yeah, we're definitely used to using not as big weapons, but we could certainly maybe sell this. Let's take a quick look. They kind of like pull out a book, kind of like start looking through it. And she's like, we could, if you want to sell it to us, we could probably buy it for about 850 gold pieces.
Holy smokes. I'm like, thinking to how Levy does things, I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, that would sound really good. Just keep in mind that I, Steel Scar, work for the Goblin Gazette, and we are on a very important and heroic mission. And you might find yourself holding the sword of a hero sometime soon. And wouldn't that go for much more than what you're giving me?
Go ahead and make a persuasion check.
You know what? I'm gonna do this with disadvantage because I'm still learning, and I suck at bartering.
If you want to do that, go for it.
I will do that. Oh my god! I rolled the net 20, and then I rolled the 2. What was this? Persuasion?
Yeah, it was persuasion.
Yep. Oh, it's a 5 total. Yay!
5. They're like, yeah, we're not sure. We, we still need to make a profit on this when we sell it, and like I said, that it's not the style of sword that most people are coming in here looking for.
No, so that's fine. That's fine. I understand.
She says that in her best Pawn Stars impression.
Best Pawn Stars.
It's an ancient relic. I'll give you $5 for it. Best I can do.
The best I can do. So how much? 850?
850 is what they said.
Then I'll agree to that, and I'll sell my sword.
All right, sold that +1 greatsword for 850. All right,
and I have a +1 greatsword technically still.
Yes.
So, as soon as I'm done with them, well, thank you very much. Hopefully, whatever ends up happening with this, what we're doing, maybe if I come back and we happen to come across some rare swords or something, I might be making a stop here. Maybe we can do some more business.
Of course. Always glad to do business with you.
But again, thank you very much. This is excellent craftsmanship.
Glad you like it.
And I'll head out, and then I'll head to Hector's so I can pay him.
Okay. All right. Yeah, make your way up to Hector's. Along the way, you run into Levy and Casimir. Maybe like as they're exiting the store, as you go in to settle your debts with Hector. He's just kind of like tinkering with some stuff as you walk in.
Hector, my man, how are you doing? I just picked up my sword, and I was told that you did the last of your work this morning, so I'm here to settle our debt.
Yes, I was just making sure that everything was good to go, and the enchantment had taken hold well. I'm assuming you like the sword. It looked quite nice from what I saw.
It's excellent. Like I told the cutlasses, besides the fact that it feels a little lighter than what I'm used to, to the untrained eye, you will never notice a thing. But for someone like me who's grew up and developed a skill with this type of sword, I can notice a little difference. But other than that, it's an excellent weapon. But how much do I owe you, my friend?
I believe it was 800 gold.
Well, good thing I sold that freaking 1+1 sword then.
Yeah, I'm looking at the. Oh yeah.
800 gold it is. Well, and I take out the 800 gold and I have a little bag with it and I place it on his counter and I'm like, well, it was great doing business with you. Thank you very much.
He's like, a pleasure doing a business with you, boy. Boy, sorry. I was going to say boys, but he didn't do it. You're the only one there. So, doing business with you, Steel Scar.
My pleasure as well, Hector.
All right. And he goes back to doing his work.
And I'll head out and meet with the rest of the boys.
All right. You guys meet up as Elomir's getting the horses ready and saddled to go, as you guys meet up at the Fortune and Flagons, ready to head out. Was there anything else you guys want to do before you?
Yeah, while the other guys are outside and I catch up with them, I'm like, well, guys, what do you guys think? And I'll take the sword out, like the sheath and everything, and I'll just toss it to Levy, and I'm like, what do you think about this one?
Just tossing him a 15-pound blade.
Take a dex check real quick, Levy.
We're going to have the artificer sooner than you thought.
Actually, 11. It's 11. Not bad.
You kind of like.
Oh, never mind. I was wrong. It's a 10-pounder.
You catch it, and it kind of like the blade kind of like bumps against the ground. Oh, it's a pretty big sword.
It's a bit heavier than I'm used. Something I'm used to.
It's actually lighter than what I used to have, so I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I basically use daggers, so.
Well, if you ever want to learn how to master the blade, let me know.
I'll let you know. I think I might need my physical fitness a bit more first.
I grab his arm. Yeah, you look a little scrawny here, boy. You need to.
It's okay.
Need some more protein in you.
It's okay. I put all of that into the brain. Mind you, I say this. Levy is not really that smart. Levy's mildly smart.
Rainer's he's more socially smart.
Yes.
But I look at it like, well, I appreciate the fact that you had some illustrations of my original sword that came in handy for them. So thank you very much.
You should see the illustrations I have of Casimir in the swimming thing, the swimming cape. Great. Some wonderful illustrations.
Maybe for another night, because right now we have important business to take care of.
Cloak of the Manta Ray or whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. It's just I just have a picture of Casimir like diving in, flying like with the Manta Ray.
Oh my gosh.
Chirping like a dolphin.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, are you guys all ready to set out?
Yes, please.
All right. So yeah, at this point it's probably about 1-ish in the afternoon. You guys head out of Sailport and making your way up north to deal with the dragon Rem'Zaren.
Scott.
Yes.
On my D&D Beyond sheet, I am not going to make any changes to my Greatsword +1 because it'll be a lot of work to do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So I'm going to keep it as is because it's basically the same thing.
Yeah, it's the same
you
sword.
can edit its name or description or like add notes if wanted though. So.
Looks like old sword.
Are you going to name your sword, Steel Scar?
Oh, I will.
He's asking this as you guys are traveling.
Yeah, this is in character.
Okay. You're right. I should name this sword. It's been a tradition since forever, especially one that my master taught me. So I'll have to think of something unique. For now, I'll think about it because I really wouldn't know what to name it. Maybe something in our journeys will inspire a name.
Hey, if you end up killing this dragon with it, maybe Dragon's Bane or something.
Steel Scar thinks about it. You know what? I'll think on that. You make a good point. Maybe if I deliver the killing blow, then I'll definitely
Name it after the dragon.
Name it after the dragon.
I'll consider it if and only if I do deliver the killing blow.
All right.
And on that note, I would like to share with everyone what I have learned about fighting a young blue dragon.
Did you write all that down that I told you?
I did write it all down.
Well, everyone heard it. So unless you want to repeat it for all the players,
I repeat that. So, but the main points that I want to get over here is they are quite vain and they find insults extremely offensive.
All right. Cool. So you guys make your way to the dragon's lair, you assume, and it takes about a half day to get there. So it is dark when you guys arrive. So are you guys wanting to head in, or you want to rest, but wait until you do that?
I would prefer to wait.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you just camp where Elomir and Casimir camped?
Yeah. So I'll show them where we camped and just kind of like point out what I can, given the dark lighting.
Because they have humanitis.
Yeah. And I'll just tell them, kind of recap, because Levy wasn't there. He went back to bed when Steelscar and I had our little chat, but just saying, like, over there is where we looked at the boat. Didn't see anything. Here's the cliff, blah, blah, blah. So basically just giving a recap of what happened, and then say, like, tomorrow morning, once we have some light, we can go into the cave, and then we'll figure out how to get up in the air.
All right.
Cool. Well,
so you guys
for tonight, I'm going to cast Lehman's tiny hut. Ritually.
Yeah.
Just to build us a small little hut to protect us.
Yeah, so you guys find a spot. It's the spot they camped at right next to Stint Pond, which is not far from the ocean, the beach. So you guys, make your camp there, rest for the night. Casimir, I'm assuming your Wasp is with you.
Yeah, Wasp is has been up above us, scouting, and we'll keep watch for the night just outside of the hut.
Okay.
Well, no, actually, I guess in the hut, because no reason for it to be exposed.
Okay. All right, so you guys rest up for the night.
Do you guys want to talk strategy before we go to bed?
Step 1, don't die.
Right. So, first of all, where is this dragon exactly?
Up a cliff and in a cave. Not down the right side, but probably down the left side.
Okay.
That's about all I got.
Okay.
So what we were thinking, at least to get up there, is our handy-dandy combination of Steelscar's magic rope and my immovable rod to slowly get us up there one by one.
Oh, I was just going to have the Wasp go up and then press the button with the rod.
Yeah, between that and the mage hand, we'll have something covered.
I don't see why not.
He stings it. And then
sure
once we get inside,
later.
I have no idea. Proceed slowly, but...
So it's in a cave. What's the outside the cave look like?
Beach, water, dead things.
Pretty open, yeah. It's just the cave itself, 50 feet up in the air.
That actually kind of plays into our favor then. So here's my thought. Don't fight a dragon in its own cave. I'm thinking, since we learned that these dragons are so prone to insults and find them extremely frustrating and angry, we insult the crap out of it, run outside the cave and fight it out there.
Don't dragons fly?
Well, blue dragons burrow, actually.
Oh.
They also fly.
But I figure they won't fly until they get out of the cave, because flying inside of a cave is probably not the easiest thing in the world.
I can't fly.
That's
I also
fine.
can't really jump.
That's also fine.
So if it flies, I can watch.
I mean, you can teleport within 30 feet.
Well, I can teleport up, but then there's this whole thing where I fall back down and it hurts.
Yeah.
Well,
I got a sword. I can only throw that once.
But to that point,
looking at everybody, who would I say is the scrawniest looking here?
Wouldn't that be
you're looking like
thing?
strength from like a strength perspective.
Or like who looks heavy and who looks light?
The person who looks like they could take I would say Levy looks like the one who's not necessarily prepared for
Elomir's a -1 strength and is Elven.
Well, more, but you're wearing heavy armor. If he's looking at who's maybe not necessarily wearing like the bulkiest armor and stuff, I would say Levy. If he's looking at who's not the strongest, I had to look at between Elomir and Levy. I don't know.
Levy has an 8. Elomir has a 9.
I'll say this: Steelstar, you've been around both of them enough, or all of them enough, that you could probably figure out what exact. I don't know what you're trying to figure out, so you could probably figure it out.
All right. Well, I mean, from what I can see here, I mean, if the dragon did take off into the skies, I could more than likely carry either Levy or Elomir on my back, and we can give it chase, and one of you guys can just hit it from a distance as we try to close in the gap.
I mean, I have arrows, so distance shouldn't be a problem for me.
It would be risky because if anything goes wrong, it would be 2 of us falling down to our doom. So
I think the bulk of the plan, I agree with Levy, the bulk of the strategy is just getting it out of the cave.
If I was allowed to finish, I have a really good plan for this. So I have this spell that I haven't used because it takes a ridiculous amount of time to prepare. But if we can prepare it and set basically a trap outside of the cave, we lure it outside, it springs the trap, it gets hit hard. Like, I'm talking hard.
Put it right in the mouth of the cave.
Put it right in the mouth of the cave, right on the cliff face. Blast it, and then we can like get a jump on it. Basically, hit it when it's not expecting it to be hit.
Of course, hopefully that's where it comes out of the cave.
Use its temper against it. And to that point, I had an idea of how to lure it out. So, well, at first I was hoping to, use your familiar, Casimir, but it is no longer a cat, so it actually might work better in our favor. But
I can also resummon the cat if needed.
Could we send your familiar in while invisible, have it insult the dragon, and then fly back out spouting insults?
Yes. Well, I don't think it can understand common, and it can speak with me telepathically. I don't think it can speak to the dragon.
You don't think it can speak to the dragon? Okay.
Find steed. Let's find.
If it can't speak, then we might have to do something else of sending someone in, like maybe Elomir, who is ridiculously stealthy.
Yeah.
I have a question. How high is the actual entrance?
150 feet, according to my calculations.
All right. My rope can get you about 60 feet of the way up.
Yeah, if I need to go in and lure it out, like I said, we can use the rod and your rope. We've done some crafty things with that before.
Yeah, that might work. If I take my rope out and like, well, here's the rope if anybody needs to use it.
I take it.
And
Wait, you attuned to that, right?
It's not attunement.
It's not attunement.
I think you just press the button.
No,
you're talking about the rope. Sorry.
Just whenever you use this rope, and
yeah, I forget your phrase. What was it?
If you want to activate it, you got to say "climb on," and it'll.
Okay, got it.
And you
Climb on.
you send it the way you want it to go.
All right, perfect.
So I'll hand my rope to Elomir. If you destroy this rope, you owe me a new one.
Don't know where to get one, but sure. Where'd we find that anyway?
We found it in the caves when we first met Casimir.
I'm sure I'll find another in the Dragon's Lair, no worries. Okay. So it's late, so we're going to try for Levy to set his trap. Do you need to set that at the entrance of the cave?
That'd probably be the best place. I'm thinking it's basically I can set a trap and then I can set it to trigger on whatever we want. So the idea would be, if a dragon comes within range of this trap, it fires off. Is the idea.
So it sounds like Levy and I will use the rope to get up there. He will set the trap. Once he's ready, I will make my way. I'll assess when I get up there, but essentially I'll be the one to lure it out with insults, I guess is what we're getting at.
I have a list ready for you. Don't worry. I can give them to you. And
then I will either use stealth or a nice fancy maneuver to hopefully not die in there.
I'll send my Weath with you.
I can also make you invisible during that as well. So you can be stealthy and invisible.
Cool. How are dragons' sense of smell?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
I'll ignore that fact.
Have you bathed recently?
We were just at the end. Hopefully you took advantage of the facilities.
I don't think I did. Anyway, sounds like a plan to me.
Cool.
I'm okay with it.
All right, let's try this.
We sleep and try tomorrow morning.
Yeah, and once we're ready and once it's morning, we can give it a shot and see how it all works out.
All right. So you guys are going to rest up for the night, and then the new day rises as you guys wake up with a bit of butterflies in your stomach as you were about to take on a dragon. Do you guys wake up? What is the big first step to set your plan into motion?
Breakfast.
Most important meal of the day.
And second breakfast.
All right. So you guys eat breakfast. Kind of quiet as you guys are just thinking about what you're about to face. You guys can make your way over to the entrance if you'd like.
Well, Elomir, this is all you.
Would night have counted as a long rest, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
You've had like 2 long rests.
2 since then. Okay. My health points will slow down.
By the way, I know we've probably gone over this before, but just remember, we probably don't want to be using anything lightning against this thing.
I will not use my portable lightning rod.
Probably. Well, is it a lightning rod that attracts lightning?
No, it's a lightning rod that gives lightning.
Because I mean, if it attracted lightning, that could.
I take my lightning javelin and I do embed it a little bit in the dirt nearby, the sand. So just at the edge. So you have the water, and then you have the sand, and so it's moist up to a certain line. I'd put it right at the end of that line, in the hopes that it might work as a lightning rod.
Okay.
Might.
All right. What is the next step? So you guys can. So as you guys are staying there, basically you walk down toward the beach, make a left, go northward, just a little bit. As you can see these tall cliffs, just kind of leading right up to the coast there. And Elomir and Casimir point out, you can still see the dead carcasses of the creatures. You see some birds sitting there picking at them. But as you guys look up, you can see about 150 feet up, there is a large kind of hole in the side of this cliff.
Okay. Well, I guess probably the first step is going to be us climbing up there.
Yeah. So we'll set up our rope and rod combination that we've used a few times to lock it up, and then just kind of slowly scale, I guess, one at a time up into the entrance.
Is
it
like a sheer cliff, or is it actually have some sort of angle?
So you can definitely go ahead and roll a perception check to see if maybe you can see any ledges or something that maybe helpful.
I rolled a 25.
Yeah, I rolled 24.
24 and a 25. Okay. Yeah, you definitely think looking up you can see some spots where maybe you could. How long's the rope? 60 feet?
Mm-hmm.
60 feet. So it'd take 3 if we maxed it out, 3 lengths.
Okay.
So can we attach some ropes to the bottom of it?
You could also do that.
Picturing we do it at like a segmented climb.
Yeah, so you can. You see some spots where maybe you could, have the rope connect to. You climb up to that. Have the rope connect to another spot. Climb up to that, if that's what you'd like to do. You think it would maybe take about 3 different connections to get up to where you want it to go.
Okay. I instruct the wasp to help him, and I tell Elomir that it understands common.
All right, yeah. So, we'll do that. Send in the little waspy up. He's pecking the button. Rope attaches to it. I say climb on. Levy and I to these little checkpoints.
All right. So you guys watch as they do this little circus charade as their wasp goes up with the little rod and sets it in spots for you guys to be able to climb up. You eventually, Levy and Elomir, eventually you make your way up to the top. Go ahead and roll a perception check as you get up there.
24.
Mine is 13.
Okay. Levy, you're kind of like looking out the ocean. You can see way and just limitless ocean. Just.
Am I inspired by the beauty?
It is beautiful. I wouldn't say you're inspired though.
Well, yeah.
Musically inspired, perhaps.
Yes. What about a sonnet, maybe?
Maybe, sure.
Yeah.
Whatever inspires Levy at this point. Elomir, you got kind of look around. You can see into the cave. It looks like it extends a few feet in. That I can tell you. But you look around the ground and you see large like claw marks kind of like right on the edge of this perch, for lack of a better word. You can see it looks like it goes in probably about 50 feet, this cave. And you can just see from the light outside, and you have dark vision, so you can see it. Looks like, and then it splits off to left and right. But you can just see lots of like debris and stuff kind of like laying around on the ground, like just wood and broken wheels and stuff just kind of scattered around the front of this cave. Yeah, it looks like you do see like large claw marks in the ground. You'd imagine this is where like a heavy beast, you're assuming the dragon, like, is launching and landing when it's coming in.
Right. So at this point, both of us are up there.
Yeah, and so I'm going to go ahead and change the map.
Woohoo!
Ooh.
You guys see darkness, right?
Yeah, wow. I definitely don't have night vision. Or dark vision.
So much darkness. All right, here, let me...
This is what I see when we go into caves, guys. This is all I see. Have my light?
All right, we gotta change up the music a little bit. Where is the stupid reveal? There it is.
Come on, Scott. Did you forget how to use this?
I haven't. Hey, man, I feel like it's been a bit since I've had to use Roll20, actually.
It has. We've done a lot of exposition and not actual. It's good.
Yeah, so you guys can see. Levy can see too because it's still lighter, so you can see that kind of like it goes in and kind of splits off. And you guys knew this. Casimir's wasp flew in. Your characters are up there, but
so what we're looking at is like right here is like the mouth of the cave. You would say?
No. So you get the mouth of the cave is up here. It's actually like outside, but
where we are.
So you guys are up here, and I'll move Casimir and Sealscar just off the map.
Are we
for right
destroying
now.
your battle map by forcibly not wanting to fight it in the cave? Maybe.
So you can see that it goes in and kind of goes to left and right.
All right.
Okay. Sealscar, go away.
Oh shit! I'm not in here yet.
Yeah, you're still down on the ground.
So the mouth of the cave, the idea is to basically plant the glyph there. So probably where all the scratches and stuff were, I would spend the time to place down my glyph. Basically, the way I want to do it is I want to take a brush and like dip it in the diamond dust and then like paint the glyph on the ground.
I'm assuming you're doing Glyph of Warding.
I am doing Glyph of Warding.
Okay, and what effect are you wanting to take place?
So I want it to explode violently with fire damage.
Okay.
And I want it to trigger, so it will either have a dragon going over it, or on my command, because it can do. If I can trigger, I can command it to explode too.
Yes, how it triggers a glyph when you cast it. The glyph's inscribed. Does it say it can have multiple triggers?
You can further trigger it only under certain circumstances or according to the physical characteristics or alignment. You can also set conditions for creatures that don't trigger the glyph.
Okay, I'd say you could add multiple because it looks like if you're setting triggers.
Yeah, triggers.
Yeah, so there's multiple. Okay, so either you activate. Sorry, I have like a fly just buzzing around my head. Either you activate it or a dragon flies over it. Basically, are the two triggers, right?
Okay. Yep. And then,
how long is that? Is that an hour?
Yes, it lasts for an hour.
Well, casting time's an hour. I think it lasts until dispelled or triggered.
Yes, it lasts until dispelled or triggered, so infinite.
Okay.
While they're doing that, I'd like the wasp to go and double check the path it took before, just to make sure there's no changes.
Okay, hold on, sorry. Okay, so he went in. When he went in, he went down,
right.
And he went this direction over here. So you're gonna have the wasp go in again.
Yeah, just making sure that nothing changed the route that it already went.
All right, so the dragon goes, or sorry, the wasp goes. Dragon's just chilling right there. No, the wasp goes in, and yeah, it looks like it's. I believe he went here, and then he went down, and then stopped at this point. It's when you guys called him back. I think he went down.
Well, he hit a dead end, and so he came back to the fork, and then he started going down the other side until we hit combat. So he never made it far enough to confirm there was a dragon.
Yeah, so he started going down. He started going down.
He saw scuff marks and everything, and that was about it.
He started going down this direction, and so you're just seeing this hall, like the scratches. You're seeing like the debris and stuff, but you're not seeing a dragon just chilling there waiting.
So the whole goal is to at least eliminate one route.
I had a question, Scott.
Yeah, what's up?
For Glyph of Warding, if I have it shooting off a spell instead of the explosion, does it use 2 spell slots for that, or is that 1 spell slot for just the glyph?
I believe it's 1. I've looked at this before. Let me.
Because a spell glyph, it's like you can store a prepared spell of 3rd level or lower in the glyph by casting it as part of creating the glyph.
Has any effect. Okay, effect when no effect when the glyph is triggered. The stored spell is cast. If the spell is a target, it targets the creature that triggered the glyph. Let me just see. Two. It takes 2 spell slots.
Takes 2. Okay.
Yeah, the first is for the glyph. The second is for the one that you are storing in it.
Yep. Okay, that makes sense then. That's fine. I will not do that.
Okay.
That is a bit too expensive.
All right. So where are you casting it again? Right,
Entrance
like basically where Elomir is standing, basically.
Yeah, because everyone else is outside, and we want to bait it basically outside of its cave to fight.
How big is the rune? It's like 5 or
it's
doesn't that say? Oh, 10 feet. It's 10 feet in diameter.
Yeah.
Your surface, so it'd basically cover this whole.
Yeah. The idea would be to like center it, since we figure the dragon would be coming out and take up most of the space.
Okay. All right. So you guys are all just wanting to wait an hour while Levy does this?
Yes, and then
if it's going to take an hour, then I would have the wasp. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, Elomir.
No, I was on the same lines of thought. Just having the wasp scout, and but I'll tell the wasp, since it understands common, to make sure not to alert the dragon.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
look for
and I
signs
agree with
it's
that
there.
because I'm telepathically communicating with the wasp too. So I'll have it, finish off that dead end fork and then very slowly and carefully checking the other fork. So I guess
Okay.
the only thing it's doing is trying
here,
not to flap too hard.
let me just put something there for your wasp. Just so we have something.
Where is it?
I'm getting.
He's getting a token.
I'm
like,
just getting a token.
Is it this like round thing?
That's supposed to be like a broken chest.
Mm.
All right, let me just find something real quick. Looks wasp-like.
You could just type wasp.
I did. I didn't find anything, but here's a little.
Oh wow.
A little insect right there. All right. So tell me where you want to move them.
So that left branch is the one that it went and found as a dead end last time, right?
No, so I believe what happened was he hit this wall, and then he came down here and hit this wall. There is actually space over here that he didn't go explore, because you just basically told him go forward until you hit a wall, basically.
I told it to follow the cave until I told it to just keep following the cave and reporting back what it was seeing.
I thought it got to here when you guys pulled it back because you guys wanted to comment. But regardless, whatever ended up happening, so there is a spot down here that he would have
send it right there.
Go ahead and have it make a perception check.
Okay. What is its perception? Why do they? One sec. Every time I make a custom creature, it keeps like shrinking its stat listing. So it's supposed to have a perception, but then it disappears. The roll is a 14. I'm double checking the stats.
Okay. I wouldn't imagine a wasp has great perception. Looks like it's just.
I know it's not a negative, but
it's nothing. It's just whatever you rolled. It's a 14.
Okay, there we go.
Okay. So it from what it can tell, it looks like this is just a dead end. It does see like something shiny in the dirt right about here. Wait, I'm on the wrong item. Right about there.
I tell it to try to carefully get a little bit closer.
Okay. All right, it kind of goes over and hovers, and as it looks, you can, you can't see through it. It just communicates to you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It basically tells you it looks like there's some sort of gem or something. They're kind of half buried in the dirt.
Okay. You said that it's dirt. I have it like mess up the dirt, like about 2 feet away from it, so making like a pretty readily apparent like markings in the dirt, so that way any of the others who go that way can notice it.
Okay. As it kind of starts to mess with the dirt, the ground falls. As the gem falls with it, and just kind of the ground just crumbles down, and probably goes about 20 feet down into just this pit.
Okay. I told the wasp, obviously, don't follow the dirt.
All right.
Okay. Whoops. So I guess
you got an hour.
20-foot pit there. Okay. I tell the wasp to continue along.
So that is a dead end.
Okay, so right here it's a dead end, and if it checks both here and here,
right there. Yeah, I had for some reason it put my my hole in the ground behind the land.
Oh, the layering issue, yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to the map mode, right-click on the map right there, and click move to back, and there you go.
It's a pit.
Okay. Okay. I tell the wasp to head back to Levy.
Okay.
I'm still painting.
Okay. I instruct it to scratch out in the ground, dead end, found pit.
Okay.
Lost and dead end, found pit, lost shiny.
Okay, you see it's rudimentary. At this spot though, there's not dirt. It's
there's
rock
not.
here. Yeah, this is rock. Where Levy is.
Well, I guess they're a little bit ways in the cave, so I can't really yell up to them. Okay, I have it just wave at him, and then it head down the opposite this way. Yeah, so it just waves its things at him.
Well, it'd probably be Elomir that you're talking to, because it's not going to be...
I mean Elomir. I'm sorry, I keep screwing up names this week. It's bad. Okay, I'd have it go down this path then.
Okay. So, I mean, Elomir's standing here. You can see.
How big was the shiny thing?
It was just like a hand-sized sapphire.
I'm going to be a dumbass and have the wasp try and pick up the shiny thing.
Okay. So you back over, flies down in the pit. Go ahead and have it make a perception check. See if you can find it down in the,
11.
11. Okay.
I'm just thinking of this pit and like having nightmares about ankh eggs again.
Okay. So as the wasp is flying down, looking for the sapphire, it is suddenly impaled.
Fuck.
As it gets down there, it takes it was 15 points of piercing damage.
Yikes.
As it goes down, it's just impaled on.
It's dead.
Yeah, I'm not sure that it would be able to. It's able to communicate you in this.
It would scream, and I would be able to know that it was unsummoned. Yeah.
It's just dies.
Ouch.
I'm assuming that probably would have been too far away for me to hear.
It wouldn't have made any noise other than buzz. It was a wasp.
Yeah.
Okay.
It can't really scream out.
Without trying to be too knowledgeable of an event that I didn't witness, but I don't know.
Would you be aware that it died? Other than Casimir telling you no, the only one who knows it's dead is Casimir.
But we would notice it's missing.
You would notice it hasn't come back.
That's what I was getting to. Is like how much time has passed.
I mean, it's Casimir. You gonna say anything?
Well,
they wouldn't be able to hear me. I'm at the base of the cliff, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like you could shout up and they'd hear you.
Oh, yeah, I'd be shouting.
Oh God.
I mean, if you want to, it's up to you.
I would definitely be shouting up at them.
Okay. All right, so you guys can hear the water hitting the beach, but you guys can make out Casimir shouting that the wasp has died.
Okay.
Something killed Weeth.
It wasn't me.
How much time are we into Lovey setting his trap?
I'd say
not very long.
It's not been super long that he's in this. Okay. Maybe like 15 minutes.
So
I start casting Find Steed immediately.
So I know the wasp is dead. Do I perceive any other commotion further into the cave?
Make a perception check.
21.
21. You're listening. You can just hear the wind coming in from the outside just because it's along the beach. Just the wind is kind of rushing in and kind of going down this cave. You're just kind of hearing this loud, just kind of droning sound as you guys are just standing in this cave. That's all you can really make out.
Sure.
The occasional sound of levied painting on the ground.
Yeah.
What does painting sound like?
A happy little bush.
My Bob Rossing it.
Yeah.
Happy.
So I'll try to communicate as quietly as possible that we'll, keep going, and I'm just kind of watching and listening the rest of the cave as Levy finishes up.
Okay. Casimir, you're casting Find Seed again?
Mm-hmm. I don't recall. Am I allowed to summon a giant bat? I know I can't summon the Pteranodon because obviously dinosaur.
Did it fit the description? I mean, you had some, I feel like, Underdark.
No, knowledge. I didn't keep any, I have Underdark knowledge, but I kept out anything that was monstrosity or evil.
Did we also?
And I kept out dragons and the
undead. No, I think we were fine with the large creatures because you can summon a.
I kept the CR below the 1/2 limitation.
Okay. I mean, sure. Yeah, you can summon something in the form of a giant bat.
Okay, then yeah, and giant bat's a 1/4, so it's actually half of everything else. But so yeah, I'll summon a giant bat.
Okay. As watch as this giant bat comes fluttering up toward you.
Would I still be at the bottom with somebody?
You're just going down there with Cassie.
Okay.
Yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I think continue with the plan as long as no dragons hurling out.
If
I'm gonna send the bat down the other side. I'll leave the shiny alone.
Okay.
Can I tell the bat to not?
Oh yeah.
Where are you standing, Elomir? Tell me, move your guy to exactly where he's standing.
I'm
assuming
I would just be a little bit further in. I wouldn't be going too far.
So, like, he's enough here that he can look down that hall, right?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so then you can see, and from what you can tell, it looks like it hits a dead end and then maybe makes a turn right there, but you can't really see down there because you're not there.
Okay.
Can I send a written note up with the bat?
Sure.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll write a note and post that.
What do you post? Oh, okay.
Well, yeah. Okay. The note would effectively be telling Elomir, like describing information I'd gotten from the wasp about like the length of cave, that there was a shiny thing, the ground collapsed, and then obviously something killed the wasp.
Okay.
So just tell him there was a dead end, but there's something that killed the wasp in a hole.
Okay.
So I take this messenger bat and I ask it.
It's a big bat. It's actually considered a large creature, so it's actually it's like taking up like the entire hall.
Yeah, it's 5x5, or 2 square by 2 square.
Stumble through.
So I'll ask it if it's going to go further. Wait until Levy's closer to being done. We don't want to bait the dragon before the trap is set.
Okay. All right. Well, if you guys are waiting,
I have the bat hang out with him.
Okay. If you guys are literally, he hangs upside down. If you guys are waiting, Levy, you finish up your glyph of warding.
Sweet.
Just chilling there.
All right. So I'll ask Levy, say, so you say they're vain. Do you have this list of insults I'm supposed to use?
I do, and I pull out a small list, and I'm going to PM them to you so that you can read them, because it's honest. I give them a slip of paper to have.
Okay.
So here's my I'm going to only send it to you.
Here's your bat.
Oh, my formatting came out crap though.
Yay! It's a bat. Its name is
I get it. I see what you tried to do.
Yeah.
There's 3?
5.
5. That's better. Okay, cool. Okay. So I'll tell him I've been working on some of my portal training, and I think I have a way out if worse comes to worse. So
I
think it's best you join the rest, and I will see what I can do. Message me in 10 minutes if you don't hear anything.
Message has a small range. I can only do it within like a city's blocks, basically.
Okay. Then I guess tell Casimir to send a big bat if you don't hear me.
Okay.
Well, I could send the bat behind you. The bat can be it won't be super close. It'll be far back enough that it won't impact your stealth, but if something happens, it can rush back, or I can yell up the cliff. Because I won't be able to communicate this with you.
It's not my bat.
Before I go, I'm going to cast invisibility on you, though.
Okay.
And play a little song. A quiet song for Bardic Inspiration.
And are you making your way down, Levy?
Yes.
Are you standing?
I'm going to make my way down, but I'm just going to cast Feather Falling on myself and jump.
Okay. All right. You guys watch this.
And then invisibility, does that affect my stats at all?
It does not, but anything you're wearing or carrying is invisible as long as it's on you. And you just can't attack.
Okay, or else it'll end.
Yeah.
Okay.
I flinch as Levy tosses himself off the cliff.
And I fall real slow.
Nice and slow. All right.
So I'll go ahead and cast Pass Without a Trace on myself.
Okay. So you now have invisibility and Pass Without a Trace.
And then...
no one's finding him.
So I will start with the bat. I'll tell it to come with me, and I'll take a peek down. I'll make my way here and peek at that crossroad where you're talking about.
Okay. So you get here, and looking across, you can see. Make a perception check.
9.
Okay. I'm just trying to see, how far does your dark vision go?
60 feet.
60 feet? Okay. So, reveal 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay. You can see that long hall ahead of you. The ground in this hallway has just been torn up. It's just been absolutely shredded. And as you are standing there, it looks like it just drops down and into just a hole. And you can see what looks like the ground down there. It's probably about, again, 20 feet down this pit. And you can see that it looks like there is, from what you can make out, just the slightest, looks like maybe a bend there in the hall. But you can't quite tell at this point if it's hitting a wall or if there's more there. Your dark vision's only going out 60 feet.
Okay. Can I ask Big Bat to take a peek at that corner and tell me if it looks...
Go here and take a look.
Yeah, there.
Matt is going to take advantage of blind sense and echolocation.
Meaning?
Meaning there's a degree to which it could see around the corner without physically having to stick its head around the corner.
Just somebody look at it real quick.
I'm communicating with it, and in hopes that it doesn't
and Bat can't use
end up like we.
It was blind sight. Get it? Hold on. I say 5. Blind sight.
Blind sight of 60 feet with echolocation and keen hearing. Or it's 3.
Can perceive its surrounding without relying on
visual.
sight. At this. Okay.
Blind sight's OP.
Well, let me
And if it takes 15 points of damage, this one won't die instantly.
move the bat to where you want him to be.
I don't know if I have control of it. I do not.
Oh,
That is a
Click on the
big
token
bat,
and you
by
can
the way.
give all players control if wanted.
he's a big bat.
It's a big flap flap.
There you go. All players can move him.
Flap 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 flap.
Be able to move him. There you go. All right. So where do you have him? So I can figure out where the 60 feet is going.
So Elomir, what would you have him be scouting?
I want him to see what's down this turn, or what I perceive to be a turn.
Okay. The bat is going to fly as high above the pits as it can.
Okay.
Because
Go ahead and make it have it make a perception check. You wrote Wit Rip Weath on the map.
Yep. Ah, crap. I'm gonna use luck because that was a 2.
Does your bat have luck?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
No.
I don't know the limitations then.
Yeah, you have luck, not the bat.
Okay, then that was a 3 total.
Okay. So the bat flies up high up into the air, and as it does so, it is going to take 10 points of piercing damage as it flies up and is suddenly just impaled on something above it. And as it is,
It would see if it was a stalactite. It would see that.
it is now a stalactite.
Okay.
So as it is sitting there, just in pain,
Oh god.
like Elomir, you hear this noise up above you, kind of like it suddenly sees now hanging all along the roof of this is just these needle sharp glass shards. Just what would be like a stalactite, but it's just glass.
So why wouldn't it have seen those?
Yeah, I'm wondering since he has blind sight. Since he doesn't rely on sight. Okay.
It's
I'll
echo,
say
yeah.
I'll
But no,
say-
I think that's actually really cool and terrifying, though.
that, okay, so we'll say since it has blind sight, and the whole point is the class difficult to see. It did not lose health, but it's able to avoid, or as it going up, it avoids these just glass stalactites basically hanging all over the place.
This whole cave is just like death and terror.
It's a dragon's lair. All right.
I think dragons have horrible realtors.
What do you want him to do?
My intention
beyond not die at this point, I'm not very picky.
How far do you want to go? I need to figure out where how far he's going. Because if he's going,
I think he'll go right there.
Okay, 5, 10, 15, 20. Okay, well, without having to figure out the exact. Oh, what am I doing there? So you can see that it goes to here. You can see. I'm just going to reveal this. You can see that there is a hallway here, and he actually is able to detect that. Where is the stupid? That there is actually another hole right there.
Okay.
But, and then so down here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60.
Yeah, I think only it's like another 1 square, I think.
So you can see that the hall goes down here and opens into a room.
Where's that?
For me, I will just take a step closer, kind of sweating a little bit, and then recall the list of insults Levy prepared for me, and I'll just start to. I know the dragon's name, right?
Rem'Zaren is his name, yes.
And that was given to us in the query or whatever.
Yeah, the contract you had.
Okay. So I'll just shout, Rem'Zaren, are you there? And I wait a second for any sort of response.
Silence.
I say, and then I can I read in the dark? Does dark vision work like that?
Yeah, you can see it. I mean, you can see it.
So I'll pull out this paper and I'll be like,
The invisible paper.
oh yeah, the invisible paper while I'm invisible. And I'll say,
hold on, that is a great point. If the paper is invisible, can you read the paper? No, you can't.
Well, can you see yourself while you're invisible?
No, I would think no. I don't think.
I have no idea how the invisibility works.
Well, I did look at it before I went in.
Yeah. So okay. So yeah, I'd say you can't read. You pull out the paper out of instinct and try and look at it and realize you can't see the piece of paper.
And I'll say, well, I guess invisibility is not.
I do think if you drop it, it would appear.
Okay, I'll put it on the ground.
I think it's like as long as it's on you.
Yeah.
Okay, so you drop it and it appears, and then you pick it back up. You can read it.
Not yeah. This is cool. Not being as charismatic as our dear bard friend takes me a second, and I rehearse it. And do you burrow so much to avoid seeing a real dragon at the sky? Yeah. Do you burrow so much to avoid seeing real dragons in the sky?
Go ahead and roll.
And then I look at another one. You must be the runt of your family, since you're just a young dragon or whatever they call you. Trying to ad-lib, getting a little cocky.
Go ahead and make a performance check.
Okay.
I must have a disadvantage.
16.
At disadvantage?
Yeah.
Wow, that's not bad.
I rolled 20.
You get these jokes out, or these insults, and you think you do a pretty good job of it. Is silence.
Nothing.
You do hear just the whoo sound. I'm assuming you're shouting this too.
Yeah, I'm shouting.
Okay, yeah.
And then I'll round out the list. You're a blue dragon. Is that because you're so sad? Are you a dragon or a wyvern? I couldn't tell because you're so small.
Yo, who wrote these dad jokes for real?
Thank you.
Levy wrote them.
I wrote them.
One more. I thought he had 5. Did you read 5 or did I miss one?
I thought he did 5. I combined 2 of them at the beginning.
Okay. You read out the jokes and you don't hear anything.
My jokes have no effect.
just the sound of the cavern. As the bat, you hear the wings flapping of the bat.
Let me see. I have a. What do I have? I don't know. But I'll ask for the bat to come back. I don't know. Like, hey, bat. It belongs to Castamere. And I'll ask it to come back, and I'll ask it if it can just start flying through the tunnels, screeching. At this point, we need to be found.
Okay. You want to have your bat do that?
Yeah.
Okay. Where's he going?
This way.
All right. Just for simplicity's sake here, so I'm not just incrementally revealing. You just going to have it go till it finds a dragon? Is that your intention here? Or you want to go incrementally and make decisions as you go?
I think it'd be incrementally.
Okay.
Because I want it. I don't know. I'm trying not to be a total jerk to these spirit creatures.
That's fine. Okay, so get to that room. Hold on, let me do some math real quick to see what all it can actually see. All right, so you have 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. So about right here. So you can see that there's a hall in here. It does detect that there is another pit here that just went behind the other piece of the map, but to back. There you go. It's different because I had originally done a different texture and I changed it, so and I didn't delete it. I just left it there. All right, so that's that.
Holy shit! There's your cart, Casimir.
It looks a little worse to the wear, and I don't think I ever got the mend spell.
20, 35, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay, so you can see down to here that there's a hall here. Dang it, why did that not reveal it? Reveal. Okay, so as he enters this room here, there are just, like you see he sees like broken carts on the ground, or I guess you can't necessarily see him, but can detect that there's a broken cart on the ground. There's like a ship there that's just like had the mess kind of was like tossed around on the ground. Where would you like to move to next?
Not the pit.
Okay. So down this way?
Those have me twitchy.
Okay. So it goes 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Okay. Let's see if the hall goes down that way. Okay.
I still feel bad about the wasp.
So it does detect that there is a large set of just glass spikes right there, sticking out.
Out of the wall or the ceiling, the floor?
Yeah, out of the wall. Sorry, out of the wall. Almost like if you weren't looking, you'd walk right into it.
Oof. Okay, I'm glad I, oof.
Glad you have blind sight and that we're 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 30.
Yeah, 40, 40, I don't like bat kebabs.
50. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. So it detects that there's a large room ahead.
Okay.
It detects that.
I'm going to have it start screeching in that direction.
Dang it. Freaking map.
The layer thing being weird.
Yeah. There is a hole right there. Bat starts screeching. Eek, 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 eek.
Yep.
Okay. Bat starts screeching. No response.
No movement or anything. Okay.
Well, he's not fully in there, so he can't.
Yeah. Because if he were to go here, that's dealing with glass. And I don't see this dude being a graceful dancer. I think that's Elomir's domain.
I'm sure it could find a way to get around it if that's what you're.
If it landed and hopped forward,
yeah,
okay,
it could find a way to get past it.
Okay, I'd have it just go tick, tick, tick,
okay,
to not get impaled or stabby stabbed.
Okay, and then you having it go right there.
Right here.
10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55, 60. Okay, well, it detects that there is, again, so there's like large stones just kind of in the room, detects what senses to be like some sort of large boat or something like that, and then another boat over up here, and then like what it seems to be another cart, and then it does detect that there is another hole, which is probably going to go around behind the freaking thing. I wonder if I could go to front. Yeah, there we go. Make it go to 2 front before I reveal it. That help or move it up. Okay, so that's what you're able to. That's what
because you're having to transfer layers and deal with multi. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Props to you.
So yeah, it detects that it's in this room.
Is back here a wall, or does it keep going?
It can't quite tell.
It can't tell. Okay, good answer. I'm having to go here, here, and then to here.
10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 50, 55. Okay.
I'm trying to communicate with the bat that pits are probably bad.
So it does detect that there's a large entity ahead. So it detects that there's like some large structure ahead, maybe a rock or something.
Mm-hmm.
And sitting up atop the rock, it detects there is some sort of creature.
Something big.
Yes.
Well, big equals bad no matter what it is. I don't have any way I can communicate with the others. Well, I guess I would be describing what's going on. So I'd tell the others, okay, the thing is past some spikes, and it's past some pits, and it's past some spiky pits, and boats, and wagons, and I want the wagon, and then there's another boat, and another wagon, and we should probably get a boat. We should avoid the spiky death walls. We should avoid the pit. Pretty much everything in this cave pretty much just has this big warning label of, don't touch.
All right, have the bat make a dex save.
Okay. So that's a 14 plus 3, 17.
17. Okay. It takes as it just kind of like senses the creature moves a bit, and suddenly it just bats can hear, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can hear. Here's just kind of this as it takes let's see 20. Oh god.
Oh my god, I am like the worst summoner ever. Oh my gosh.
Or the best, because you're just
27 points of lightning damage.
He's dead. So there's a toasty bat corpse right there.
Actually, I think it just disappears, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, he does. He just poofs.
He just poofs into the air.
But I'm probably gonna resummon him, so I'm gonna put him there.
Okay.
Okay.
Did I hear any of that?
Yeah, I mean, you heard just a large, loud, just roar as it echoes through the cavern.
So yeah, I hear. I'm guessing from my perspective. Well, no, I guess it would just be the bat going loud, big, loud, bright, and then dead. Fudge.
So I'll shout out Rem'Zaren and then see if I can hear a reaction or anything coming closer.
I immediately start recasting Lightstein.
Hey, he's gonna burn through all the spell slots.
Yeah, probably.
Right. Are you doing a bat again? Let me know.
I'll wait until you decide if I'll have the 10-minute time needed.
So Elomir, you shout out Rem'Zaren. You just hear another Roar.
So I'll try my insults again. I'll be like, you must be in this cave because you're so scared of humans. I'm like realizing that I'm not a human. Be like, and elves.
Nice.
Gotta make sure you add that.
And then say, do you burrow so much to avoid seeing real dragons in the sky?
You go ahead and make a performance check with disadvantage.
Okay.
You do still have bardic inspiration, probably.
16 and 15. So 15.
Okay. No response.
Okay.
Just continue to hear the wind blowing into the cavern.
How much room do I have on this edge of this hallway to like kind of shimmy across the hole?
You don't think there's much space there to shimmy. You can attempt to, but it's a pretty thin maybe thing there that you could maybe try and shimmy by, but it would be pretty treacherous.
Okay. Probably don't have my movable rod if that's what got people down.
You didn't get anyone down. It was still up there. I
Oh,
jumped.
you jumped.
Yeah, jumped. It's still there.
Okay, so I still have my movable rod.
Well, I think it's still there unless you grabbed it. I think it's still.
I'll run back and grab it.
Okay.
And I assume I'd have the rope as well.
Yeah.
You would still have the rope because you never give it back to me.
It's connected. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd like to try to use the two to get to this alcove here.
Well, I think the rope can go 60 feet. Oh, but I guess
The rope can go 60 feet, but you have to be holding it at one end. So that's why we're using the immovable rod to hold it in one place.
What do you mean?
So the way the rod works, from what I have it in my description, is that what the hell do I have? Rope of climbing. I mean, the 60-foot length of silk rope weighs 3 pounds and can hold up to 3,000 pounds. If you hold one end of the rope and use an action to speak the command word, the rope animates, and then you can send it out into a direction of your choosing.
Yeah.
So in order for him to keep it like going forward, he has to have his end tied somewhere, which is why we were using the immovable rod to keep it in place at the end that he was holding it, and then it would just be stretched out.
I think then I kind of misunderstood because I think that he'd need to be holding it as it's leading away from him.
Yeah.
The whole time. So
yeah,
so how is the immovable rod helping you?
So what he's trying to do is he's going to hold it and send it out to the direction of his choosing. Once it's stretched out, he would attach it to the immovable rod on his end and plant it.
So
okay, so
the rod's going to hold it.
The rod, and he's going to tie onto something, is what you're doing.
Yes.
Okay. I thought you were saying you're tying the immovable rod on the end that's going out. I'm like,
no.
That
wouldn't work. That'd be too heavy. No, because it can hold up to 3,000 pounds.
Yeah, but I was thinking more the rope trying to push the button. That was just it was pushing me too far. But no, I understand what you're doing. Okay, so I'd say you could.
It's 60 feet.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if would he'd have to be able to like tie it on.
I can try to shoot one into the rope. I can tie it to an arrow and try to shoot an arrow into the wall.
Yeah, are you wanting to attempt to do it to a stalactite, or do you want to do something else?
I would just try to tie the one end and anchor it to a wall with an arrow.
Okay. Then go ahead. I'd say if you're like in this corner right here, you could probably get a shot on that wall. So go ahead and make an attack roll.
Okay. 18 plus
18.
My modifiers.
Trying
Plus
to think.
10.
Yeah. So what was the total?
28.
Okay. The intention here is to shoot the arrow into a stone wall. Do I think an arrow could pierce a stone wall?
What was he carrying? Are we going off of real world or game
Standard
rules?
arrows.
He's just carrying basic arrows. They're not. I don't know that a arrow would be able to pierce this wall. So I would say you shoot the arrow with the rope attached to it, especially with the rope attached to it, and it hits the wall and shatters.
Okay.
If it's a standard arrow with a broadhead, yeah, it would chip the wall and then just drop down.
I don't think it would embed itself.
So
basically, the consistency of this cavern is there are sections of rock. There are looks like dirt or sand or something that was brought up here. And that's what you're sensing, or what the wasp encountered where these holes are. It seems like that was brought up. Yeah, it's basically like what I like a beach kind of cavern, but up high, like where there's like some sand in there and there's some rock.
Okay. Just checking to see if I have any tricks. I mean, I have Misty Step, but that's 30 feet.
Sorry. You're going to try Misty Step? Yeah, it's only 30
You could always
feet.
just jump and Misty Step before you hit the ground.
Misty Step the rest of the way.
Would I have seen Casimir summoning a new creature since I'm down there?
I'd say at this point, Casimir would have summoned another bat, yes.
I'll pick something in a moment.
Or whatever the creature is, but yeah, I'd say at this point,
Cool.
would have been able to summon it.
Since I'm just basically waiting down there, I would ask Casimir, is everything all right up there? It seems that you summoned
Oh no, I would have totally walked these guys through and told them, describing the cave and told them, hey, it's a large cavern. Hey, it detects a big platform and some large creature. Hey, something just zappy poofed the bat.
As soon as he would have said zappy, I'm like, well, I mean, from what Levy and I read in the books, that might be our creature. If it's...
It was also very loud, apparently. Well, no, I guess I wouldn't know it was loud. I would just know the bat describes bright followed by dead. Yeah, the bat would have only had something like bright and dead. I don't think it would have had a moment to consider.
I think it would
That's lightning.
Heard, yeah, would have heard like the roar and stuff. But yeah.
So
Yeah.
just real quick for the rope,
Yes.
because it's magical, can't I have it stretch out and then the end that I'm holding gets tied to the rod? And that would it not remain firm?
No, I think it could.
Yeah, it would, because it's
That's kind of what I originally thought.
because once you say the magic, the actual activation magic work, it animates, and it in any direction it goes, it can hold up to 3,000 pounds.
Just so you
You've
know,
done the same thing to
Go ahead.
cross the holes before.
The time I remember you guys did it was when you were saving Garagar and you were trying to cross a like river of lava, basically.
Yeah.
And when you guys did that, I believe what someone did was they like leapt up high or something and clicked the button up high with the rope attached to it, and you guys just kind of
swung
across.
Also,
That's what I recall happening.
Also, just keep in mind that the rope does have an AC of 20 and 20 hit points, and if there's anything that would cause it damage to it, you'd have to roll to hit, and if the rope does drop to 0 hit points, it is destroyed.
Okay. Also, if you want knots in the rope, it's only 50 feet.
Yeah, if you put a knot on the rope, it'll drop down by 10 feet.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you're asking, so I would rule that the end that you're holding has to be the end that is on the side that you're standing, and it's going out like from you. So like you could attempt to maybe like tie the rope on and throw it, but then you wouldn't be able to click the immovable rod at that point.
Right. So I'll just come back to the entrance and kind of shout that I see the path it's going, but there's a long hole that I can't cross without some assistance.
Which one of us should go up there and give him a hand? I could easily get up there and help him out, but
could we send a familiar up and have them just hit the buttons for him, or like put the rod in a spot for him to use if he's having problems?
Yeah, he did it with the wasp.
Yeah.
I just haven't figured out. I'm trying to understand one limitation for bats. I don't know if they're light sensitive. I don't think they are in 5e.
No, they're not.
Okay.
Looking at giant bat, it just says echolocation and keen hearing is the only things it has.
Would it be able to do the hover thing that wasps can do though? So would it actually be able to help with the pressing button?
I mean, it could press a button, or he could just fly across on the bat.
Oh, okay. Then yeah, I'll summon the bat again.
It's a large beast. It's a steed.
Yeah, I have resummoned Pow Crew and apologized to it.
Just shakes its head at you.
But I do have it then. So after resummoning it and asking it to describe what it experienced, like what would it tell me? I guess what visual and audio information would it have?
Is it the same creature every time? It is, because you can
Yeah, the same of that particular animal type, unless I permanently unbind it.
Basically tells you that it was fried.
Okay.
It heard a loud roar, and because my understanding is, unless I'm wrong about bats, right? They don't have good eyesight, so he can't actually see. He has echolocation, so he can make out what is around him, but physically cannot see what it was that did it. So he can tell you it was a large, like, dragon-like creature that did that, but he couldn't tell you it was a blue dragon, right?
Their vision is not sharp, and it has decreased color sensitivity, but their overall sensitivity to light and detail within a certain range is high. Okay, so it would be able to see, but it would be a bit foggy.
Yeah, I'd say it knew it was a dragon.
Okay.
I was doing this to it.
Okay, so the other guys go, yep, it was a dragon. Okay, I pat the bat before sending it on to help Elomir.
Okay. Alright, bat way up toward you, Elomir. So at this point, though, so it invisibly lasts for 1 hour.
Mm-hmm.
That was cast before Casimir's bat went flying in.
So it'd be like 20 minutes-ish per bat, because it's 10 minutes to summon.
Yeah, so you spent 10 minutes to summon this one. Maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes, I'd say. So I'd say you're getting close to the halfway mark on invisibility at this point. So what would you like to do? Have him fly up and fly Elomir across? Is the plan?
Yes.
Okay. The bat flies up. Elomir, you can hop on top of the bat if you'd like.
Yeah, I do.
Okay. All right.
What's the bat's name?
There he is. If you wanna.
It is. Where did I put it? Pow Crew. Paucroo.
Okay. It's
So
not dead.
Here, unless you.
Are you able to? Yeah, I can remove the.
I don't know how I got there. I just moved it.
Oh, I'll grab the bat.
Everyone can control the bat. So, all right. So you're able to fly across on the bat.
Yeah.
Like I said, he is a steed after all.
All right, and I'll tell him to stick by in case I need him. But if danger comes, I don't want him to have to face that a second time. So he can go as soon as he feels threatened.
Okay. All right. So
I will stand here and I'll yell Rem'Zaren again.
Okay. Make a performance check with disadvantage.
19 and 8.
Okay. You shout your insults. Seems to be no response.
Okay. I'll move to here and repeat.
Well, you're riding the bat, right?
Yeah, I think you're just riding it across the...
Okay. I'm having the bat stay with him.
Okay.
So if he has to get out of there quickly, the bat will attempt to help get him out of there quickly.
Okay. So you're shouting again. Go ahead and make another performance check with disadvantage.
6, and then what's the inspiration? I'll go ahead and use it here.
The D8.
It's probably gone. It only lasts for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I got a 6.
6. Hey, you shout it. At this point, you just hear a loud.
But no sense that he's coming closer.
Nope.
All right. Do I see these spikes? Just meta.
Go ahead and make a perception check. I mean, where you're standing, they're more than 60 feet, so you wouldn't even know that they'd be there. I would say that the bat would let's try and prevent you from flying into it or walking into it, like fluttering in front of you. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I'm assuming Casimir basically told the bat to keep you safe. So
Yeah, like, hey, block you from hitting the wall, and then gesture at it.
yeah.
Like,
So-
hey, stabby, spikes.
All right.
I'll
So at this
just
point,
sneak.
are you trying to? All right. Go ahead and make a stealth check then.
Yeah,
You would
sneak,
have-
sneak,
you would have had advantage.
That's
Okay.
rate plus 10.
The
And
battle
the
Yeah,
duration
you
is
have
probably an hour.
advantage plus 10.
Yeah. So my first roll was a 13. I got a 13 both times.
So you rolled a 3 twice. That's including
Yeah.
the plus 10.
Oh wait, let me add my stealth. No, I got a 20.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. I was like,
my stealth.
with advantage and your stealth and plus 10, you got 13.
That
Oh,
added
God.
up to 20.
Okay. A 20. Okay. Are you just moving up right there?
Yep.
Sorry, I'm browsers.
And one more time, I'll shout as loud as I can.
Do you want to? Are you trying to look into the room, or are you just shouting and darting?
I'm just trying to bait at this point.
Okay. Go ahead and shout.
All right.
At this point, I would say not with disadvantage.
Okay. I got a 10.
10. Okay. You shout your insults. Make a perception check from where you're standing.
What is that? 16.
Okay. So you're in the hall of this large, right before this large cavern. From where you're standing, you can see these tall ceilings, probably about 40 feet high. And you see that there are like some holes in the ceiling where some light, kind of like these beams of light are kind of shooting in, and you can see just kind of like dust moving about in the rays of sunlight. You can see these large rocks just kind of like look like they've just been tossed about. You didn't actually see these holes where you're standing. You don't know they're there. There, you see like some boats that look like they've been tossed around. I'd say at this point you could see the end of the room because there's light in there. You see the boats. You see this large rock in the back left corner, and sitting up, you can just barely make it out. It's laying on top is just kind of these blue iridescent scales, just kind of reflecting the sunlight.
Okay, but he's not budging.
It looks like it's just laying there, from what you can tell. You don't have a great angle because it's like the rock's kind of 15 feet up, so you can't quite see exactly what's going on. But like you can maybe make out like the just bits and pieces of the blue scales.
Okay, and then you said the rocks are pillars that go to the ceiling?
No, they're not. They're just kind of like large boulders.
Okay. So I will go ahead and just shout his name. No insults this time. And I'm going to go ahead and just try to fire an arrow at him. I know the sight is not great, but hitting him is not my intention right now. It's more to provoke, but I will shoot at him. So if it happens to hit him,
That
Okay.
will break
Good.
stealth, by the way. Just
That's
letting
okay.
you know.
I got an idea.
Are you doing it? Are you still shooting?
Yep.
Okay. I'm assuming the range on your longbow is like 240 feet, so you don't have disadvantage.
150 for normal.
Okay. And then you do have sharpshooter, so you can ignore.
I rolled a 23.
half and 3/4 cover. Okay. Sorry, I'm like trying to coordinate myself on the multiple things I have open. What'd you roll again? Sorry.
23.
Okay, that's a hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll.
14 damage.
14 damage. All right. At this point, I think at this point we're probably gonna call it a session. Unless you guys want.
Dun,
Unless
dun,
everyone.
dun.
No, this is gonna be a long fight.
I'm good to keep going.
I'm going to keep going.
It's gonna be a long fight, I feel like, though, especially getting all of us out there. But
ideally, we get the dragon out here.
yeah,
I'd say maybe it's best to save this for the next one. With
Okay.
I think you might be a little bit. So
Okey-doke.
I will note that the dragon took 14 damage.
Dope. Guys, sorry about what just happened. I had a small technical difficulty just now.
No worries, man. Yeah, so Elomir, you take the shot.
Like, went blank.
You line it up, take the shot, release the arrow. As you just watch it sail through the air, kind of as your invisibility fades, you can see every part of you as you just hear this. As you see its head come up as this dragon's giant maws open. You see the spikes running down its head, the large horn on the end of its nose, as you just see its talons kind of grab hold of the edge of the rock and its wings kind of come unfurled. And that is where we'll wrap up tonight's session.
Oof. Rip.
Pow crew, you're gonna die.
and me and Steel Scar are playing cards down below.
Yeah, we are. We're just down there chilling, not worried about life because we're not in any real danger.
All right, cool. Then that will be the session for the night.
Rip Cody.
Fine.
Thank you everyone for joining us. Been fun. Yeah, we will. We need to. Did not check schedules again. We'll check, but plan on 2 weeks. If not, we will post it on Twitter and put it in our Discord. But thanks everyone for joining us tonight. Been fun. Next session should be a blast.
Oh,
It's gonna be
nice.
Should be electrifying.
Oh, shut up, Scott.
Hopefully, it's not
gonna
too
bring
shocking.
that big energy.
Be shocking. Good. All right, guys. Cool. Thank you so much for joining us. So long.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of the Adventure with Advantage podcast. We can't thank you enough for your support. Be sure to follow us on Twitter for updates on episode releases at our Twitter handle at AWA_D&D or catch us live on our Twitch channel at twitch.tv/AWA_D&D. Thanks.